How do I get back into sales if I've been out of the game for a while? I'm Sylvan Bell. I'm coming to you live from Sacramento, California on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about getting back into sales. Now, here's the thing. Let's say that for whatever reason, you jumped out of the industry, you went somewhere else, and you were in sales and you were a closer, right? You were able to close deals. I'm going to let you know that it's like training wheels. You might just flounder for a couple of sales calls, a couple of appointments, and then you're like, oh, I got everything good to go. I'm back in. And then occasionally you might need some tune-ups from a sales trainer, someone to help you out, someone to just push you a little bit more to be better at what you do. Now, here's the thing. If you are a mid-range salesperson and you want to get back into sales, by all means, you're going to need some coaching, you're going to need some training for whatever industry that you're in. I wouldn't do general training at that point. I wouldn't do standard training. I would go to somebody in that industry and say, look, I'm getting back into this industry, whatever it may be, fill in the blank, I'm getting back in this industry. What do I need to know? How do I get better? How do I improve myself to be better at sales? Right? And if you weren't very good, you're going to have to pay a coach, you're going to have to pay a mentor. It's just the way that it is. I'm going to give you the tough news. No sugarcoating here. I'm just going to tell you, if you weren't very good at sales, you need that help. You need that role play. You need that mentor. You need that coach. You need somebody to push you. So, I see this where people will want to jump from industries to industries. And one of the things that I help companies do is I help them interview people. And someone will say, well, I want to switch industries. Well, are you good at what you do now? Well, I'm okay. Well, why are you just okay? How come you're not excellent at what I do? Well, I don't think I really like what I do. Well, that person typically hasn't got the elements of sales basic mastery, or they've been beat down by the industry and they believe that everybody buys a certain way. And that's a mindset issue. That's an issue. So you got the three tiers. You got somebody down here who's really struggling and they want to switch industries. They were in sales before, they didn't do very well. You're going to need a lot of coaching if that's you. You just need to raise your hand and be like, I need coaching. I want to come back and jump into sales, but I'm going to need coaching, and you need to be coachable. That means if someone tells you to do something and they're good at what they do, implement it, right? Do it. So if you've been mid-level and you did okay in sales, you still need some coaching, but probably not as much as a rookie guy. And if you were a closer in sales and you're jumping back in and you were away for a while, you might just need a little tiny tune-up. So there you go. If you've been away from sales, that's how you jump back in. But sales is not just like an instant download of information. It's a long-term learning process. I got to tell you, I read somewhere between 5 and 7 books a week. I listen to tons of podcasts. I look at other sales trainers. I look at what other people are doing. I look at other industries. I look at other types of things. Like I look at copywriting a lot because in copywriting, you have to narrow down your message. So face-to-face sales, like if we were face-to-face sales, I could correct my conversation. The thing about copywriting, if I send you a letter, I don't have that ability to overcome an objection. I have to know what that objection is. It makes me a better salesperson. It helps me train salespeople better because it tightens up a message. So if you are in sales, it's a lifetime learning process. It's not an instant thing like I could just go watch a video and I'm good to go. Right? You're going to have to put in time, energy, and effort. And sometimes people aren't willing to do that. And I'm just going to let you know, straight up, if you're not willing to put in the time, energy, and effort to learn how to be a closer, don't get into sales. Don't go back to sales. It's not for you. And I like to encourage people, hey, you can be better. You can do more. But if you shut down and you're like, I'm not willing to do what it takes to get to the next step, don't jump, don't change, don't go from what you're doing, right? I see people all the time. I can make this much money. I can make 6 figures. I can make mid 6 figures. But they're not willing to put in the time, energy, and effort, and they never really make it there. They just bounce from company to company looking for the secret answer. And the secret answer is you got to put in the work and effort. You gotta do the things that like other people aren't willing to do. You gotta go for the things that people aren't willing to go for. I see this happen a lot. I'm switching industries because I don't like it anymore. I'm gonna go back into sales. Okay, well it's gonna take a lot of work and effort. Well, I don't want to do that. Then don't switch industries. There you go. Now, you got one thing to do. Somewhere over here on the side, on the boxes, there's a subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. It might even be down here somewhere. Hit the subscribe button so that when new content comes out, you get an update. You'll get an alert. Hey, Scott put out a new video. And you can come check it out and watch it and then like it. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Aloha.